What's going on, Aries? Welcome to your reading for November 2021. This is the Autistic Mystic. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this reading, Aries, we are going to look at the overall general energy for you for November. We're going to look at some things you do not see coming for November 2021. We're also going to get some advice and messages from your angels and spirit guides for November. So with that being said, Aries, keep in mind this is a general reading. So take the messages that resonate with you. Also, be sure to check all your other signs for a full forecast of the November energy. Also, Aries, definitely smash that like button so that this reading can reach all the Aries that it needs to. Also, it helps me grow my channel. So without further ado, let's do 4 major shuffles and really pull the energy for the Aries gang watching this reading. Let's go. What will happen November 2021? As always, I want to thank the angels, interdimensional beings, and spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination. Messages for the sign of Aries for November 2021. Messages for the sign of Aries for November 2021. Messages for the sign of Aries for November 2021. All right, let's see what will happen here. Damn, Aries, all right. Are you serious? Look at these cards, Aries. What in the hell is going on with you? Are you seeing this, guys? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? It looks like it's going to be quite the intense month for the Aries people. So let's go ahead and get into your reading here. We're going to clarify everything as we move along as well. Or some things, maybe not everything. So Aries, damn, I mean, you have a lot of dark major arcanas here right in the center of your reading. But let's start up here. This top row is the overall energy for you for November. We have the 10 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords. So right off the bat, it seems like there's a lot of conflict energy in your life right now. A lot of thoughts, like you're thinking a lot. But the good news is we have this 10 of Swords as the first card that's popping out, Aries. This card is about a total ending. And I see that you're going to have to be moving on to something, okay? And it doesn't seem like whatever you're moving on to, it doesn't seem like it's certain wherever you're going here. But I definitely see, a major change in your life. This is like a very pivotal time for you. 10 of Swords to the 6 of Swords, Aries. This is you finally admitting to yourself that a relationship, for a lot of you, I feel like it is a relationship, Aries. You admit that this is no longer serving you. I feel like it's kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. This could be a job for some of you that you have to move on from, or any sort of situation. You're going to have to find calmer waters with this 6 of Swords, Aries. Then you have the 7 of Swords right here up top as well, overall energy. So I get the feeling like you guys know that you have to move on from a certain situation in your life, but the feeling is you don't really know where you're going, right? You have the 7 of Swords, and you see how the person is kind of creeping back into this energy. So I feel like, especially towards the latter end of the month for November, there's going to be a temptation for you to kind of go back to what you know that you have to leave from. You see how there's a conflict because the 6 of Swords and the 7 of Swords is kind of converging here, Aries. So I see kind of, and then the Devil is right underneath that 7 of Swords. So I see overall, I see most of you getting up and leaving, taking the call. But a certain situation it's dead in the water, right? It is done. You got to go to new waters. But it seems like this is just, it's going to be a lot of conflict within you, okay? Then let's look at what you don't see coming. What you don't see coming, we have the 9 of Swords, the Death card, and the Devil, okay? So I see you guys really having a tough time with this ending, okay? With this Death and the 10 of Swords, the Death is all about renewal and ending, really your higher self stepping in on this horse and all of your ego fragments, your personality is not really knowing how to deal with it. So there's going to be a temptation to go into escapism with this Devil card. I see you guys really having a hard time letting go of something that I feel like it's overdue. Okay, so I feel like for a long time you've been staying in a certain situation basically out of fear. You've basically been staying somewhere that it's not good for you anymore. But I feel like the universe for November is really going to push you out of a situation. But the good news is that look at the messages from your spirit guides. We have the Six of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the Empress. This is going to lead to a victory, but it's like you have to go through the darkness, right? You have all this dark major arcana. All right, Aries, so we're going to clarify all this in a second. Let's move on to the messages from your spirit guides for November. We have the Empress, the Four of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. I feel like wherever you're at, maybe you've been clinging to a situation because like you feel like you have a lack of resources or something. Your spirit guides are saying with this Empress card that something wants to be birthed through you, and whatever wants to be birthed, like a certain idea that wants to flourish, like it's going to be way more abundant on the other side of this, right? If you can stay strong and not like kind of, because there's a lot of trickery, right? With the Seven of Swords, it's all about deception energy, trickery. I think a lot of you guys are going to be fooling yourself thinking that this reality that is done, that some of you might still cling to. The trickery is like you think this is better than the unknown. But the unknown, your spirit guides with this Empress energy are saying you've been pregnant with something for a long time. For some of you, this could have to do with moving away from a certain partner that no longer serves you, and maybe you're going to have to be a single mother here, and that's very scary. But a lot of you, this is an abundant time for you. But it's like you're laying out your future here. You also have the Four of Pentacles, so Spirit is saying to you, this is not a month where you want to be overspending, Aries. Like this is a month where you really gotta use what you have, okay? Because of all this, there could be travel expenses here. You could be falling into patterns where you drink alcohol or do drugs. Your spirit guides are saying like maybe you need to just be really careful with that and make sure your finances are in order, okay? Because whenever you're transforming your life, you need to hang on to every penny kind of thing. This is not like an extravagant time to be like overspending because of this conflict. And then you have the Six of Wands. This is all about public victory. So I feel like your spirit guides are saying to you, maybe you're afraid of what people are going to think about you moving away from this ending, right? This brutal ending here. I feel like whatever situation you're moving away from, it's almost like you've been rooted in it for a really long time. Okay, there's really a lot of negative energy here, but the spirit guides are saying with the Six of Wands that a new day is coming. Okay, like you're gonna be victorious in your new life. The thing that you gotta do though is just get the hell out of Dodge, right? It's like you gotta, sometimes this is kind of the energy of like abuse, right? You have the Devil, you have the Seven of Swords in the same row. So some of you you might have been just like someone might have been abusing you for a long time in a deceptive way. I feel like there's something that broke the camel's back, like pushed it over to the edge where you're like, I don't care if I have to sleep on a neighbor's couch. And this could have to do with a job as well. All right, like a boss like not really giving you your worth. And you're just like, I don't really care if I even have to couch surf, like sleep on your uncle's couch. That's what's going to lead to victory for you, and it, Aries. But it's like if you just stay where you are, there's really going to be just more of the same negativity in your life, okay? So, and yeah, you have this understanding that whatever you're dealing with is over now, but it's like, I see the journey ahead is not so clear for you, Aries. It's definitely not. So let's go ahead and start clarifying some of these cards for you, Aries. I want to clarify this Ten of Swords. Why is this Ten of Swords here for Aries? This is the big ending for a lot of you guys. Let's see. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you're okay. Like whatever's happening, I feel like you guys feel like defeated here, but it's ultimately setting you up for the life that you really desire. Let's see, Aries, why is this Ten of Swords here for you? Okay, the Ten of Swords is clarified by the Guilt card. Wow. So whatever you guys are leaving behind here with the Six of Swords, you're going to feel super guilty about it. So some of you may have ties to someone. Like, it's just, the situation is over, but maybe you're such an empath, or you're a good person here, and so you're trying to, like, you feel the pain of other people. For some reason, the situation is causing you to feel guilty, and I feel like that's what the Seven of Swords is about. Of you kind of like, this is like the new life over here. You're going to creep back into the old life in November. There's a temptation to do it because you feel guilty for leaving someone, okay? But I would really say that don't feel guilty here. But really, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to read your energy, okay? But guilt, right? The Eight of Swords, again, right? So you're overthinking this a little bit, okay? And maybe you're not overthinking it. Maybe it's a necessary. I feel like whatever's happening here, this is like something... This is something that it's like divine intervention. Like, you're as guilty as you want to feel for, like, trying to stay in this negativity for whatever reason. You guys will all have different reasons for that. Spirit is like, like we're not keeping you here, Aries, anymore. Okay, so the universe is pushing you out, but you always want to have the objective perspective. The objective observer always has the advantage in any situation. And so rent yourself out a little bit. If you get caught up in all this negativity, it's going to be really hard for you. So you have to remain calm, cool, collected. Everything happens for a reason here. Everything happens for a reason, guys. So you're not going to have to deal with all this crap anymore, right? You may have different battles that you need to fight and keep going, but success is yours if you can. Right, Six of Wands again. So with that being said, let's move. I want more information. I want this Nine of Swords. You see how this Nine of Swords is right below the 10 and the guilt? So this is intimately connected here. Why is this Nine of Swords here for what you don't see coming? I feel like this is you, like, taking the proper action to leave, but then feeling like, once again, you're really caught up in your head about something. Let's see. Why is this Nine of Swords here? It's really playing off the guilt. Why is this here? Okay, some of you may be feeling like an outsider in the new place that you go to. It's like, even if you call home, it's like a lot of you are leaving home, but your home sucks. But it's at least still home, right? I don't know. I'm going to shut up. Let's see. Why is this Nine of Swords here for Aries for November 2021? Why is the Nine of Swords here? All right, we have the Schizophrenia card. Wow. Another mind, another swords. Okay, so the Schizophrenia card here, to clarify the Nine of Swords, this is all about, like, your split. Okay, so a lot of you, once again, it's like this temptation with the Seven of Swords. You're gonna feel like you're stuck. It's like you don't feel like any option you have is good. Okay, but if you're being, I sense a lot of you are being, like, abused. Like, really, a lot of you are not being treated the way that you deserve. Like, your spirit deserves much better. So the Schizophrenia card, really, the advice in this card with the Nine of Swords, it says to, quit going back and forth with yourself. Just make a decision and jump. Okay, jump into the unknown, because this is over, right? And look at this beautiful connection here. We have the Ten of Swords, the Death. So it's like, it's over. Some of you may have been questioning that it's really over, trying to go back. Then what you don't see coming, you have another nail in the coffin that just says, no, it's really over. And if you can follow that lily pad, jump, what does this row lead to? It leads to the Six of Wands, guys. So really, this is about, like, I'm surprised the Ace of Swords isn't here, because I feel like this reading is helping you guide to the clarity that you need. A lot of you don't have clarity. You don't have mental clarity. That's why the Ace of Swords isn't here. Okay, but I'm telling you that mental clarity about this situation being over, that's what's going to help you the most. And, that pull, that guilt, that schizophrenia, this is the row of the devil, right? It's like, they always say new level, new devil. It's interesting. The Seven of Swords, devil, and the Six of Wands is in the same row up right here. What that says to me, if you can battle your demons here, conflict, if you can overcome this conflict with grace, you will be victorious. It's just, November is looking like super stressful for you, Aries. So let's go ahead and clarify. I want to clarify this devil because it's super linked to this card as well. Why is this devil heart here? We know why the Death is here. It's like a double whammy of, like, yes, it is over. The situation is done. For a lot of you, it's going to be a relationship. Others, a job. Why is the Devil card here for Aries? Yeah, I feel like you guys have been suppressing something for a long time. Why is this devil card here for Aries? Why is this devil card here for Aries? This new vision card keeps wanting to pop out. Why is this devil card here for Aries? All right, we have the transformation card, guys. Wow. I mean, look at this. This is literally the death card. In this Osho Zen Tarot, this is death, death. Okay, so the devil is tempting you to say, no, it's not over. The devil is tempting you to stay a slave. A lot of you guys are a slave. You're a slave to your own feeling of guilt. You're a slave to other people. You're a slave to someone who is making you their slave, right? Because a true master does not need a slave. Like whoever you're dealing with this ending, they may be like spiritual bypassing and telling you that they're such a spiritual master, but a true master does not need a slave. If you have a slave, you are a slave yourself. So I don't know why that came through, but this is transformation, guys. It's like if you can battle your demons here, not go back. I mean, it's really clear as day to me what's happening here. All right, Aries, so now let's move on to the advice and message from your spirit guides. A lot of you may be dealing with a toxic feminine presence. That's who this person may be, but I feel like a lot of you, this is the energy you need to tap into. Realize you are a queen. I feel like I'm reading for a lot of powerful women out there that need to realize, like, however you're being treated, there are a ton of other people that will treat you better, okay? So it's like the whole feeling is you think you're stuck, but the entire purpose of this reading is specifically designed to help you realize you're not. Okay, so let's clarify this Empress. It is the one major arcana card from your spirit guides. Why is this Empress here? I feel like it's just reminding you that this universe is abundant, right? The only restrictions that you have are the ones that you set up in your own mind. And I can definitely see that they exist, but they exist for good reason. Yeah, we have the Fool. The Fool is clarified by, the Empress is clarified by the Fool. Okay, so this is saying, you know, the Fool, the thing that the Fool has is courage, because he knows that this is an infinite universe, right? And like there may be other people around you saying, no, it's not an infinite universe. Maybe a lot of you guys, maybe you're in a good situation that you have to leave behind. Maybe it isn't a nightmare. For some of you, maybe it's actually good, but for your soul, it is a nightmare. Okay, so this is saying, like, if you can take the first step, the Fool here, abundance. But don't overdo it. So we have to clarify all these. Let's clarify that Four of Pentacles. Why is this Four of Pentacles here for Aries? This is the advice. This is when you're, remember, it's in the same row. This is when you're traveling. You want to make sure you're good with your money. Like, but let's see. Why is this Four of Pentacles here for Aries? Why is this Four of Pentacles here for Aries? Why is this Four of Pentacles here for Aries? All right, we have the projections card coming in here. Projections. Okay, so the projections card is all about like someone seeing a quality in you that doesn't really exist in you. It exists in them. So I feel like there's a lot of people around you who are really discouraging you to go on this fool's journey. Not only that, it's also your own projection here. So there's something that you're projecting onto your future of like, oh my God, once I leave this situation, you're projecting the fact that you don't have abundance, you don't have the guts, you don't have victory on the other side of this transformation. But that is just a projection. So you're projecting lack. You're projecting a feeling of scarcity. Okay, but realize it is just a projection. Also, there could be projecting people making you feel guilty, projecting you don't have what it takes to make this transformation. But I would say you do. A lot of you guys, I'm reading for people in a relationship or also career change. But it's like drastic. It's like it's going to leave you without a crust of bread potentially. But realize there are multiple ways to manifest things beyond that of just finances. All right, I don't know who needs to hear that. So let's clarify the Six of Wands. Why is this here for Aries? This is advice from your spirit guides. It's going to be okay. You know, it really is going to be okay. I know it doesn't seem like it is now, but I can guarantee you, you'll look back on the hardest times in your life as the greatest times in your life. I promise you that. Eventually. Not yet. But let's see. I feel like there are specific people that can help you get out of this situation. You might have to go out on a limb and reach out to someone and theme, like, they might think you're a fool, but like ultimately there's someone here who can help you. There's other people in your reality who can help you here, Aries. All right. So, Beyond Illusion. The Six of Wands is clarified by the Beyond Illusion card here. Beyond Illusion card is like utter clarity, using your third eye to perceive other dimensions. And I think what this is saying is like you have a lot of illusions here in your whole reading, right? Illusion of guilt, illusion of transformation, like going back. This is saying you need to visualize the best possible outcome. Use your third eye to visualize this success, and then it will be in your reality, because a lot of you guys you're letting your external world control your inner state. Really, you guys are on the journey to become an alchemist here. And you know the saying that God or the universe gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. That's kind of the feeling I get here, where it's like you're on the road to some sort of victory, greatness. But it's not what happens, right? This is what happens. It's not what happens. It's what you do with what happens that determines your fate. So this is a twist of fate. This is going to be a very intense winter for you guys, but I think you got it if you can just tune in, visualize your success, reach out to those people that could help you, and don't fear that you must go back to this scenario. It is dead. It is done in the water. So with that being said, Aries, I'm sending you guys love and light. Let's request my angels, all the Aries that watch this, all my angels, go support you. Go support the Aries that are watching this right now for the rest of November. You will have unseen forces on your side. Okay, Aries, I appreciate you guys. If you enjoy this reading, definitely subscribe to the channel, like it, comment what you think below, and I'll talk to you on your next reading. Much love.